Hi everyone. I know that I literally just did a video yesterday that I put up, but I had the opportunity to watch an old horror movie that I loved from 1997. And because I don't own it, I wanted to put my thoughts down right away. Like I said, it's from 1997 and it's called Snow White, A Tale of Terror. I think this was my first twisted horror fairy tale movie. I know I saw it before Rumpelstiltskin. Uh, God, that's a horrible movie, but I loved that one too. But anyway, Snow White: A Tale of Terror came out in 1997. It was directed by Michael Cohn, C-O-H-N. I hope I am pronouncing that right. And I'm looking at the IMDb page because I really didn't have much information about this movie until now. I knew the two big names in it, and that was it, other than just having seen the film. So, obviously, the summary is, in this dark tale on the fairy tale, a growing hatred of a noblewoman, secretly a practitioner of the dark arts, for her stepdaughter, and the witch's terrifying attempts to kill her. That's kind of worded clumsily, isn't it? The writers are wow, I can't say that. It's Szollosse. So, Solossi? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. And Deborah Sarah. It says there are 2 more credits, but I don't want to go into it too much. But let me look at the cast real quick so I can get names right. Because I know Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney Weaver plays Claudia Hoffman, aka the Evil Queen, even though she's not a queen in this. Sam Neill plays Frederick Hoffman. Yeah, he's the Lord. He is the Snow White character's father. They're both brilliant in this. I've never seen I've never seen Sigourney Weaver look so beautiful or so hideous in any movie, because there's I don't know if it's makeup or an effect or lighting or some wonderful combination of all three, but they get her to have this very soft, feminine, ethereal beauty at some points in the movie. And Sigourney Weaver's not an ugly person by any means. She is absolutely gorgeous, but she has a very strong, hard face, like, certain aspects of it are. So it can be an aesthetic choice, but the way they make her look in this, she's more classically beautiful. Maybe it could be the angle on top of everything. And her acting in this is amazing. And there are a couple bad acting moments for her, but at least it's supposed to be her character behaving a certain way. Like, oh, she's so faking that. But it's not Sigourney Weaver being a bad actress. That's Claudia Hoffman being a bad actress. Sam Neill, I said, plays Frederick Hoffman. He doesn't have a massive role, but I love anything he's in. So, what else can I say? There's a Gil Bellows, who plays a man named Will. He's one of the outlaws, aka dwarfs. Taryn Davis plays, oops, I'm sorry, that's Little Lily, my bad. I have my magnifier on, so I'm having to go from one side of the screen to the other. Let me try and figure out who plays the adult Snow White character. Monica Keene plays Lily Hoffman. And there's also a man who plays Dr. Gutenberg. His name is David Conrad. Let me look him up real quick. He seemed familiar to me. Alright, so he's recently been on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Masters of C, Castle. Yeah, well, I could go through this, but I'm not going to. I just wanted to take a quick peek because it was bugging me last night. Anyway, I don't know much about the making of this movie. I can say all the effects are great. Some of the plot conveniences are their conveniences, a little bit glaring. The effects are phenomenal. Some of the dialogue is stilted, but I think it's the dialogue and not the way it's being said. Everything that's being said is actually brilliant in this movie, to me. I'm sorry I'm running off at the mouth. This is very much off the cuff. I mean, I want my videos to be off the cuff, but I'd like to go in with a little bit more information. It's going to be more unscripted than off the cuff. So I just really wanted to recommend Snow White: A Tale of Terror, okay? It follows a little bit more closely the Grimm fairy tale. It sure as hell is grim. I think in the title as it plays on screen, it even says a Grimm fairy tale, Snow White, A Tale of Terror, or something along those lines. Grimm Brothers, a Snow White, you know, something like that. It's Snow White. If you know Snow White, then you know this story, and I don't really have to go much more into that. It's just the specific way it's told, I think, is brilliant. Because clearly, maybe not clearly, in the beginning, Snow White's birth mother dies when she's born. And a few years later, she must be 6 or 7 or 8, her father remarries to Claudia, aka Sigourney Weaver. And then 9 years after that, it's clear these two have not quite gotten along. They're struggling with each other. Lily feels a resentment that her father married someone else, and she doesn't think she needs to be there. She doesn't feel like she's at home anymore. And then something happens that sets her stepmother off. And it's not at all Lily's fault. Lily was just kind of being an average up-yours teenager. But because of the stress of the situation, Claudia just kind of loses her shit. She actually, for the first time since she got married, she's pregnant, and she goes into labor, and the child is stillborn, and they're told she can never have another child. So, based on that, she just flips her lid. And there's real sorcery in this, but I don't know what triggered it, or how it works, or if the teacher, if Claudia even knew how to do this to begin with, because it feels like it comes out of nowhere. It probably doesn't, but it feels like that. So there's a lot of backstory that's not explained. We just know that Claudia's mother was shunned by society, and then she was embraced by it and was marrying Frederick Hoffman, so she was curious if her mom would be happy for her or she would hate her for it. But that's all we really get. You know, and then 9 years just fade away, and then this miscarriage or this birth happens, and boom, witchy powers. You know, cut out her heart and let me put it in a stew and feed it to my husband type thing. It's like, wow, 0 to 150 in 5 seconds. But, if you like dark, twisted fairy tales, like, I love twisted fairy tales. I love fairy tale retellings, even if they're not twisted. Like, I love the movie Beastly, and I love the book Beastly. I love Once Upon a Time. I love the horror movie Rumpelstiltskin. I refuse to try the horror movie Pinocchio. But I do love that type of storytelling. So if you're into this type of thing, I very, very highly recommend this story in this movie. I'm sorry my thoughts aren't more organized. I wasn't planning on doing this video. But while I still had it fresh in my mind, I at least wanted to talk about it. So give it a shot.